And good morning. I'm trying to keep these rants on time, and lately I've been sticking to my guns here. A very successful evening once again at Jake and Johnny's Lounge, and I have to thank the host. Oh, by the way, that's me. I hosted the event last night, and it went great. And oh, by the way, here's some great news for you. For those who sent out your prayers for John Parada, who runs a comedy factory, and many of these mics. I not only heard from his wife that surgery went well, but I also heard from John. Right out of post-operative recovery, there he is texting and worrying about the shows he's got in play and how is it going there, Steve? How many people? You know, it's like, man, and he even sold 2 tickets on the way in for anesthesia to one of his shows. Can't make this stuff up. The Comedy Factory is alive and well and punching. We are punching out comedy every frickin' day with a lot of talent. We bring funny to the stage, folks. That's what we do. And John Parada, you know, having to have a little piece of cancer removed from his lung, caught early. That's right, caught early. He's all set. No treatments, nothing. He's going to be good. And there he is, selling 2 tickets on the way in to get operated on, and texting me when you're barely coherent after anesthesia. There he is. I'm just amazed. But that's what we do, folks. We fight and to bring comedy back and make it comedy great again. And we do. That's right, folks. And it's, thank you so much. Randy, good morning. Becky, good morning. And thank you all for joining in. Today will be a stupid liberal moment. I'm gonna point out, ladies and gentlemen, how indeed the 2020 election was stolen on so many different levels. And I guess yesterday, by the admission and the plea of guilty on all charges for Joe Biden's son, I have 2 plays on this one, folks. I have a play on this one. First of all, he pleaded guilty on all 9 charges. Well, we all heard that Joe Biden, even the toilet brush, what's her name, KJP, had said that then Joe Biden is not going to pardon his son. Nope, not going to happen until he does it. And then, of course, the media will lie for it. Look, if you could say you were in control of the border, and even the media had called her the border czar. I don't care what words you use. She was in control of the border. And then when you run for president, they turn around and say she was not in control of the border. Trust me, when Joe Biden says he's not going to pardon his son, and everybody runs with that, and then when he pardons his son on the way out, everybody will cover for that just as though it was Kamala Harris coming out of the womb of the devil. Sorry, if you believe anything that the Democrats have to say to you, you're a fool, because you can see now the full-on lying. Now, why did Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, plead guilty? I really do think that there's a rift between the both of them and this family. I really do. Well, number one, they didn't want this to go on while the election was going on. Yes, that's the other thing. I'm sure let's crush it. Don't worry. I'll say I'm not going to pardon you. It'll look good until after the election. Then I'll pardon you. And if Kamala should win or steal the election, we'll get coverage in the media. They'll be there with us, right? Don't worry. And oh, by the way, if Donald Trump should win, they'll be focusing on other stories such as the Democrats not nullifying not accepting the election and trying to, of course, throw it out, or a civil war. So we'll hide under the banner of a civil war. We'll hide under the banner of going after Donald Trump after he wins, or it'll all be crushed if Kamala Harris should steal the election. So in either way, they got coverage. But I also think, folks, that there is a family rift going on here. I believe there was a book, and I forgot what book that was, where it told how much Hunter Biden did not like Joe Biden. Joe and Jill. Didn't like it. He didn't. Look, the kid went to drugs for a reason. Yeah, he had a lot of money. He had a lot of reasons to do so. But there's something there. There's something that fell apart there with family connections and whatnot. And what happened with Hunter Biden, he became dad's pimp for money. He became the pimp of Joe Biden, going out and get money from countries and whatnot. Don't worry, he's going to get pardoned. But I think that there's a riff here. There's a little undercurrent. I'm not going to lay a lot of play on that, but there's something going on. But at the end, remember, folks, Joe Biden will pardon his son. But again, it shows how the election was rigged. Remember? Now we're pleading guilty on all counts, right? What brought him into this courtroom? The laptop. What was the laptop called? Russian collusion. Right? Now we got Eric Garland out there pushing Russian collusion already. They're already stoking the election, ladies and gentlemen, because if they know Donald Trump's going to win. And they got to get a jump on their story. They got to get a jump on not getting this election to be granted to Donald Trump. We've been through a lot in this country, folks, and they think that we're going to sit back and let them take away a second time an election to save our country? Do they think they're going to get away with it the second time? You're not. News to Washington, you're not going to get away with it the second time. If that's what your plan is, and it obviously is, you're not going to get away with it. The people of this country are not going to sit back and watch you do more destruction to this country. You already went after our children. You already went after the citizens of this country. You already opened the borders. You have illegal aliens coming into this country. You have Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi saying that we got to make them normal citizens and legalize them so they can vote in our elections and take away our rights to get an actual election. We got gangs in our country. We got everything going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. We've got killings continuing in our school. They're looking like they want to take more guns away from everybody. We're going after parents, and I do realize that this kid's parents were not your typical nice parents. I'm sorry. However that falls, it falls. Using my own approach here, I'm going to let this story filter out before I comment on that part any further. But it doesn't look good for the dad who bought bullets for his son, which is illegal. You can buy the gun, but you can't buy the bullets for the son. So there's going to be a lot of problems there. So I'm going to let that filter out and we'll see. But again, you got these people in this country, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats are on full on out to take over this election. They're doing everything. They try to kill Donald Trump. They try to put him in jail. They impeached him twice. Everything's a hoax. And they're not giving up, folks. They're not giving up. They're not giving up. It reminds me of those movies where even Beauty and the Beast will take it to a cartoon level. Where the Beast even reached out his hand to the person who wanted to kill him as he was falling to his death. Reached out his hand to save his life. And after he brought Gaston back on board to be without falling to his death, he stabbed the Beast. And the Beast was sure to die, but the Beast in his last breath, before almost dying, let that bastard fall to his death. And then with the kiss of Belle, it brought him back to life, and it made a happy ending to a story. And ladies and gentlemen, the happy ending to this story, because every time we reach out our hands, every time we think we got to get a Democrat back in office and change of our government, they're always there with a knife to backstab us. You got rid of the guy who put his hand out to save this country. You got rid of him. You tossed him out. You stole the election. He reached out and made the world, the country, a better place. And instead, some of you voted against him, found out that the people you put in had a knife to jab into your gut, into your back, into your jobs, into your economy, into your children, into your daughters, into your women. They cut you up, and you gave them the power you should have never given them. Rule number 1, never, ever, never, ever elect a Democrat on any single level ever. They are the worst. They are the worst terrorists in our country. Hey, they call MAGA movement terrorists, but we haven't killed anybody. The left has. The MAGA movement did nothing but went out to try to save a country. The left are proven killers in this country. Never, ever, under any circumstances, ever vote for a Democrat. And if you've got a priest out there, a bishop, a pope, a cardinal, I don't care who they are, and they're pushing for Democrats, then guess what? You got to walk out of that church and go find another one. Because that church, God doesn't pray with you there. Jesus walked out. Any priest who could say Donald Trump is an evil man and you're not Christian to vote for him, any rabbi, any religious leader who would say Donald Trump is bad, and you're not part of that religious group because you are a Trump supporter, you've got to leave that religion or that church and find another church within that religion that espounds to the correct views. The Democrat Party is about as dirt evil as it gets. And with the Hunter laptop exposed and the media covered for it, and now he pleaded guilty for it, was brought into jail for it, guess what? The laptop was real and everybody knew it. And they controlled the election with just that, hiding that story. Where's the mea culpas? Where's the I'm sorry's? Mea culpa, maxima culpa. Where is it? But no, now they immaculated Kamala Harris. They immaculated her, came out on a donkey, waving palm branches, lying about her actual positions. It's going to go into office and go right back to her radical self. Really, come on out, Kamala. Come on out. We want to ask you a few questions. Ladies and gentlemen, they're lying for power. They're going to make this country unlivable. We're almost there now. Unlivable, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear what I'm saying? Unlivable. Don't you be voting for a Democrat and come talking to me and tell me you did. Don't. And if you stayed home, you know what you showed me? You know what you showed me? You're a weak person. And I'm going to tell you why. By you staying home means that if I'm in a foxhole with you, I don't have you getting my back. You'll walk away. Because you don't want to take a side. Oh, no, fuck you. You could die in that hole. You're more of an asshole. You're more of an asshole than the person who actually go and vote for Kamala Harris. You're more of an asshole. I'm going to call that right to your face. Oh, I'm staying home. I don't vote. Really? You mean the guys who died and the girls who died so you can vote and have that right? Right? You don't want to vote? You can't pick a side? You can't figure this out for yourself, you fool? You turned your back on your God, whatever God you proselytize. You turned your back on him. You turned your back on your own religion, and you turned your back on our country. And all those men and women who held up that flag in Fort McHenry as the British were bombarding it, and their bodies were dragged away when they were holding that flag, and then others went there to hold that flag up so it would never hit the ground, so it shows our surrender. You know what you just did? You said, fuck you. I'm glad you died. We don't care. You're even glad and helped kill those Americans killed by illegal aliens. You're part of that. You did it. It's on your hands. Oh, yes, you did. Aborted babies. You voted Democrat. You're going to stay home. You did that too. Oh, that's right. You hate God. You want to take Christianity out of America. You did that too. Getting rid of freedom, open borders, no women's rights. That's right. There are no rights. If you're taking boys and putting in their sports, killing their identity, you did that too. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Don't come crying to me. You drove the getaway car. That's right. You're part of the robbery. You're part of the murder. You're part of everything that goes wrong. Don't hide with me. Show me your face so I can get the fuck out of your life and you can get out of my life. Show me your face so I can say to you, go fuck yourself. Really. That's what I want to do. I want to tell you to go fuck yourself. Go. Get out of here. I don't need you. You're a very dangerous person and sick in the head. Get out of my life. Go away. Block me. I don't care if I ever see you again, and I know I won't see you in heaven because people like you don't go to heaven. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. We're going to have a civil war brought to you none other by the Democrats. Go ahead. Prove me wrong, you lowlifes. Prove me wrong. Guys and girls sports, nearly killing them in the sport. Taking away their dreams, their trophies, making women no identity to women again. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. Never vote for a Democrat. Doing so makes you a radical terrorist killer of our country. It is. Why are Democrats, like in California and around, pulling away from the party right now? Why are they going to vote for Donald Trump? Why? Because their party, although always evil, but now that it's out of the closet and they're exposing what they always kept in, they're evil, now they have no choice. They have to walk away. And you should too. Donald Trump should win every single state in this country. He won't. But he should win every single state in this country if this country loves their flag, loves their constitution, loves their religion, loves their daughters, loves their freedom, loves their safety, loves their policemen, loves their firemen, loves their soldiers, loves everything. You should be voting for Donald Trump. He's got one term. And we're going to fix it. And then we'll elect another Republican. And then we'll elect another Republican. All down ticket. Vote Republican, folks. You give the Democrats any leadership in the House or the Senate, they're going to spend all their time creating more hoaxes and more impeachments. And if you want that, folks, that's what you want in our country, I hope you suffer greatly. And I'm going to laugh in your face when you feel the pain of your stupidity. I'm going to laugh in your face, and you'll get no sympathy from me. None whatsoever. My hearts and prayers are not going to go out for you. You can get somebody else to heart and pray you. artistry.steve.com. Make sure you go to artistry.steve.com and look at what I do. Thank you, GoDaddy. You made my life great. Top running sites that they host. Upside, use my promo code 6MMJUU. 6MMJUU. You can make money by pumping gas. You're going to get a bonus from me one time pumping gas. That's an extra 25 cents on the other 20s. You're going to make like 40 cents a gallon on the first fill up. Goes into the app. In 2 days, you can move it wherever you want. I let it accumulate to $50. That happens twice a month. I never get charged fees or anything on what I make. That's right. Make sure you download Upside. Folks, thank you. I do this with passion. In the end, I tell you to vote. Do not be a Democrat. Do not be violent. We are put here by our God. We can point out the faults of others, but in the end, we've got to be better than them who pretend to be followers of God. We got to be better than them, and we'll really show them how to pray. Because if you're not praying well, you failed not only your God, you failed yourself and your country. Have a nice day.